devil of Hell's Kitchen is back, and he is ready to take on anyone that stands against him, both in court and on the streets. And the upcoming Daredevil Born Again series will have no shortage of bringing things to the table when it comes to changes that will impact the wider MCU. Ones that will keep you on the edge of your seat throughout all of the 18 episodes confirmed for the upcoming TV show. The upcoming Daredevil Born Again series that will finally hit the Disney Plus platform in the near future is a clear indication of the power that fans have when a certain character is taken into an account, and just how much the hardcore fandom had an impact in Marvel's decision to bring back Daredevil in the mix. The Netflix Marvel series were all a mixed bag. But still, many Marvel fans would eagerly describe the Daredevil series as one of the best products of the Marvel Universe, which was a huge letdown when the series was canceled after 3 seasons by Netflix. And in the messy acquisition, heartbreak turned into a bundle of joy, as the series was confirmed to continue. Now, I don't know which direction the TV show will take, something that remains to be seen. But the important thing is that the series is coming. First revealed at the San Diego Comic-Con this year, the renewal of the project caused a lot of excitement among the fans, each and every one of them who have eagerly waited for the arrival of the series' 2 biggest stars. Of course, I am talking about Charlie Cox as Matt Murdock, aka Daredevil, and Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin. The two have already made their debut in the MCU, with Cox having a small cameo in the latest Spider-Man No Way Home movie, as well as the recent She-Hulk Disney Plus series, and D'Onofrio making an appearance as part of the MCU in last year's Hawkeye series. Marvel has been teasing the fans with the performance of the two, something which caused their legend to go out of control, which is a good thing, don't you think? The show's reveal itself was just the cherry on top, and with that in mind, let me continue with the upcoming series and what it could entail throughout the course of it. The details are limited, of course, with the panel at the Comic-Con being shy of showing any footage or shots of the series. Maybe because Marvel wants to keep things a secret, or maybe no scenes have actually been filmed yet. Whatever the case may be, we will have to wait a bit longer for any official footage of sorts. The casting side of things is also a mystery, as outside of the 2 big stars, no other cast confirmations have gone through yet. But I am hopeful that as time passes by, more and more details will be released regarding the casting group. The important thing to note right now is that both Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio are back. And even though we have seen what the two are capable of in the Netflix series, it should not mean that their reunion will be nothing less than a spectacle in itself. As for the story side of things, the only hint I managed to focus on is the title, which probably holds some clues as to where the events of the series will head next. With the title of the series, Daredevil Born Again, borrowed from a famous comic book run. And if Marvel decides to adapt the storyline with the same name from the comics, then we should be in for a treat. Sure, Marvel tends to bend and adapt the storyline as it fits the wider MCU, but the outline will be there. The only problem that Marvel might stumble upon is the fact that the storyline was loosely adapted in the 3rd season of the show while airing on Netflix. The central elements were there. Matt becoming more violent and paranoid as Kingpin ramped up his efforts to hit that like button just like you should if you haven't done so already. But no, in reality, he made all the efforts to kill him, which was the backbone of the series and something that made the series as popular as it is today. The show even threw Bullseye in the mix and the corrupt DEA agents for flavor, which is yet another clue that the upcoming series will not adapt most of the storyline from the comics to the screen. Thus, with everything said and done, I am still a little bit skeptical about the title, as it could also be a meaningful and charming way to reference the revival of the series, and not connected at all with the storyline from the comics. Whatever the case may be, I am here to tell you that the series is going to be an epic one, especially judging by the number of episodes that it will come with. 18. Yeah, you heard me right. The big concern many fans are dealing with is the tone of the series. with the MCU being softer, with the elements of the Daredevil series played in the past the most, which will be yet another obstacle in Marvel's way of making the series as epic as it can be, without all the bloodshed and darker tone omitted. Charlie Cox has always been positive about wanting to return to the role, and now that he is back, he also said some things about the series himself, who pointed out that the series will begin with much more of a clean slate than previously expected, with the series revisiting old ground, retelling certain stories that have been depicted in the Netflix's version of the series from time to time. So I would say a little bit of both, right? And even though this might all just be a makeup for what comes next, Cox seems excited to re-examine and retell some storylines that he enjoyed so much. He also added that the series will not be a fourth season of the show, but rather a separate season entirely, which sounds interesting, with the upcoming series not being weighed down by the past, while also being impacted by it one way or another. Before I continue, I should note that there will be spoilers up ahead regarding the She-Hulk Disney Plus series, and with that out of the way, let me continue. Both of Matt Murdock's appearances have shown that changes have already been made to the character, something that was noticeable in the 8th episode of the She-Hulk series, both from the outside and the inside of the character. Not realizing that he is a hero, She-Hulk's battle with the Devil of Hell's Kitchen is unlike any fight Murdock has been in before. And while Daredevil displays a smash of the subscribe button and ringing of the notification bell, or rather, displays the same array of abilities he had in his Netflix series, I should say he definitely seems faster and more agile while fighting a legitimate Hulk. That is, before the two realize they are on the same side. Despite the Netflix series being more grounded and with more practical effects, Marvel Studios managed to give Daredevil a truly dynamic MCU debut, using some special effects and CGI work to show just how capable the character is, thanks to his training over the years and his heightened senses. The arrival of Matt Murdock to the MCU will have no shortage of just how big of an impact one character can make in the wider MCU, with one change already visible when Daredevil's look is taken into account. He wears a brand new suit, one that still has the red and black signature look, with a touch of yellow to the arms and helmet, courtesy of Luke Jacobson. And while Jennifer makes a joke about the colors, the new suit is a clear homage to Daredevil's very first costume in the original Marvel comics, something that could also be a hint as to what the story of the upcoming series could entail, and what changes the show could make moving forward. The fighting style of Daredevil was also showcased in the She-Hulk series, something we have grown fond of regarding the character. And even though he looks familiar, the character seems more powerful now. It could be because of the new and improved suit, the lightness of it, or even the time he had to prepare ever since we last saw him in action. Who knows? And whatever the case may be, I think I will be saying for everyone here that we are all glad that the character is making his return, particularly in his upcoming series, consisting of nothing less than 18 episodes filled with action-packed fighting, as well as some legal cases here and there. See you in the next video.